Folks, you've heard me express grave concerns about the risk to civil liberties posed by the police department's crime system and their omnipresent towers. But at least the intention is to stop crimes. Now, recently, Spider-Man has been seen tampering with these very towers. And it's reasonable that my loyal listeners suspect he is disabling the towers so he can commit his unlawful misdeeds with impunity. But Spider-Man is not your ordinary run-of-the-mill menace. Oh, he's a 12th level Kung Fu master, 50 moves ahead menace. Which is why I think he's actually hacking into these towers to spy on you and me. Your only defense? Listen to my show. All the time. If he's gonna spy on us, let him hear that we're on to him by listening to me every waking moment.
What are you talking about? You're so dumb. Bro, wait, I have to see my mic is actually on. Bro, first of all, he's not like spying on us. You can't spy on people. Bro, you can't spy on people, and he doesn't even know anything about the towers. First of all, nothing cops said about it, so you're dumb. Easily.
If this is over a parking space, it would be so New York. Sable's as much of a threat as the demons these days.
I really want to do this Miles Morales. Like, I really want to help
Yuri,
Miles Morales.
this construction site's about as legit as the watches they sell in Times Square.
I don't have evidence for a warrant. You go in, you're on your own.
What else is new?
Johnny!
Ready now.
Bravo 2, what's your status? No response from Bravo 2. Someone check his position. Copy. Moving to his position.
Snoring now.
Spider-Man's around.
Yo, there he is! You're in timeout. You guys are late. Don't worry. I got plenty of face kicks left. Really? More guys? I don't have this many friends!
Spider-Man, I checked records, and that site's been getting deliveries from cartel front companies.
They're moving drugs, huh? Not for long.
Rush him! Take him down before he knocks us all out. Hope you got insurance.
Oh, great, more of them. Guys, Fisk isn't here. You could have just bailed.
Come on, bring him down already.
Reinforcements again? This is only acceptable if you're all showing up in clown cars.
Give up now, no baby.
Yuri, I got a bunch of incapacitated
Guys, I'm gonna have to
narcotics all
leave
wrapped
in,
up and waiting for you.
Great.
what is it called? I'm gonna have to leave in like
Anonymous tip.
7:30 because I gotta go to school in 7:30. So yeah, guys. And right now it's like about 6:32. So yeah. I still have plenty of time. Where should I go? here, right? Yeah. Yo, watch this. Done.
Peace.
I just need 7 of them. Yo, watch this, guys.
Spiderman, can you help us out? Spider-Man, we just caught a sniper stalking Mayor Osborn's chief of staff. I'm pretty sure there are other targets. Our perp had a map of the city with the courthouse circled.
I'm on it. See if you can get more info out of our friend here, and contact me at this number. I need to hurry. The attack on the courthouse could come any second. If the sniper sees me near the target, he'll take the shot. Only chance is to take out the gunman before he can fire. Surprise! Nobody likes a camper.
Spider-Man, we accessed the perp's phone. Found more names and locations. Looks like it's all going down within a matter of minutes.
No pressure. Send me what you got. Multiple snipers, one Spider-Man. I need to move fast. Anyone who's ever worked on Norman's campaign is a potential target now. That's one way to destroy Osborn, I guess. Make it so nobody wants to be around him. This is the place. Now where's the assassin? Can't go near the target. The gunman would shoot him before I get there. One down, 2 to go. Having to save the staff of the mayor who branded him an outlaw. That's classic Spider Cop right there.
Oh, I have a timer?
Gotta check out all possible vantage points for snipers. Someone needs a nap.
Well, I didn't know I had a timer.
Target safe. Only 1 to go. If I'm too slow, people die.
Well,
Sniper's gotta be around here somewhere. You're done. Just in time. Officer, all 3 snipers are down. Are we in the clear?
Not quite. Our perp says his boys are holding a bunch of tourists hostage. He says they'll execute them all if we don't let them go. We have a probable location based on cell phone towers. But if they see cops, they'll start shooting.
Act like you're negotiating. Stall them. I'll take away their bargaining chips. They won't leave witnesses. Either I save the hostages, or they're dead. If they see me, they can kill all the hostages before I get close.
Our demands are simple. Release our comrades, or the hostages die.
If I'm spotted, those hostages are dead. Gotta take out these guys quietly. You're just not very observant.
Before we finalize the release, we need proof the hostages won't be harmed.
Again, you test our patience. You will pay with their blood.
Oh, sorry, did I startle you? Let's play the quiet game. I know, I should have called first. Shh, people around here work.
Thanks again, Spider-Man.
Easy
This
peasy.
could have turned ugly.
I wouldn't have known about it if not for you. We make a good team, officer. Hey, see if you can convince more of your buddies to work with me instead of shooting at me, okay?
Instead of shooting at me, okay? Okay, 6:40. Now time yet to leave. You know what? I'm actually kind of bored. But I gotta do it. Just this last mission and I'll just like stop and just watch a movie or something after this last mission. Oh my god. Sorry if I'm breathing too hard in my mic. I don't know if I am. Wait. I think I'm not breathing too hard in my mic at least.
Apparently Grand Larceny is one of the food groups now. Food fight! See? Because it's a fight over food! Never mind.
Grenade!
City needs those supplies. Glad I was here to help.
Our next caller was involved in a frightening hostage situation. Tell us about it, please.
Oh my god, I thought I was gonna die. But Spider-Man got involved and it...
Totally unconcerned with your safety.
Well, he did save me.
Through sheer luck, you could have been brutally killed.
Yeah, sure, but I could have been killed if he wasn't there.
Let's refrain from unfounded speculation and focus on solid established fact. Spider-Man does not care if you live or die.
Spider-Man. So my tracker picked up some more people who were at the party and might have gotten, you know.
This is Ethan Albright, a biochem TA. Didn't show up for class. My software picked him up in a photo, but there's other pics from the same location and he's gone.
Still our best shot. I'll try to find the place. Thanks. Philip's photo is my only lead again. I gotta find this location. The picture shows elevated train tracks, like the ones up in East Harlem.
Spider-Man, I talked to Carlos. He felt fine until he got to the barbecue. Whatever happened to him kicked in after the Halloween party.
A delayed reaction. That's not good. There could be corrupted walking time bombs all over Manhattan. There are no elevated train tracks south of the university. I need to head north. I think I'm going... If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location.
Gotta mute my mic for a second. Okay, better. What? I am confusion. This doesn't make any sense. Look. Just go here. It shows that. No, where is that building?
I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU.
Gotta be AFK. Okay.
L trains could mean Harlem.
have no idea what Harlem is, but whatever. Try to think of Manhattan. I'm trying to remember all the places.
I think this is pretty far north of ESU.
Okay, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think these tracks are in East Harlem. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can...
Bro, where's the East Harlem elevated train? So, never eat sour watermelon. This way. Yeah, this way.
Follow them to this location.
My teacher taught me this thing. Never eat sour watermelon.
I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. L trains could mean Harlem.
Stop saying L trains could be in Harlem, bro. I don't know where the stupid Harlem place is.
Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks.
Yo, why can't they just like show like
L
something?
trains could mean Harlem.
Yeah, why can't they just show the thing in the like the side over here? Like what?
I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU.
Oh, northeast. So, never eat sour. Bro, then when I said north, when I said like I'm going too far north, why didn't it tell me? And when it said going too far north, they could have said it could go a little bit more. You know, this game's stupid. Yeah, I just saw a sniper over here for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, that was like a robber over there. I'll go very east. I'll go straight like this. Like straight this way.
I think this is pretty far north of ESU. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. There are no elevated train tracks south of the university. I need to head north. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location.
Bro, 7:45 already. I should not stream right now, cause oh, Slider's actually on. Let me invite him to the party. He just became offline. Now he's offline, bro. He just became offline. Like, just became offline, bro. He was online and now he's offline. What? Where is this place? Let me just follow this thing.
I think these tracks are in East Harlem.
That kind of building over there means one thing. It's where that place was. Remember that thing where, bro, why did I even pick this mission? I'm so stupid. Wasn't north that way? So if north was this way, what would he say if I was going this way?
Lee's corruption is frightening. Literally, no one's safe. I'm used to hostile New Yorkers, but this is a whole new level. Good thing I've got Philip on my side. That guy has some impressive skills. I think this is pretty far north of ESU.
Bro, what are you talking about? North? Wasn't north that way? This game's broken. Well, he did say like a lot of words in this part that I didn't
Looks like
hear.
there's a bridge at the end of the... I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU.
Bro, you see elevated train tracks? Where are they, huh? Exactly. So dumb. But where the hell elevated train tracks at, huh? Where are they? Yo, should I even do this mission, bro?
If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. L trains could mean Harlem.
Bro, where? Where? Let me just try to follow the...
If I find the East Harlem elevated I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU.
But I wish you can see the things of Northeast and stuff in this. That's what I hate about this, bro. I
think these tracks are in East Harlem.
Bro, do I know?
L trains could mean Harlem.
Bro, stop.
I think this is pretty far north of ESU.
Bro, shut up! This is impossible. How am I supposed to do this garbage mission?
Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. L trains could mean Harlem.
And there's a construction site over there too, I can see it. Then where is that construction? Where's that stupid construction site?
If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. I think this is pretty far north of ESU.
Do I care? Oh my.
Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU.
This is what you did. Here. Fix is the worst people in the world. That's what you get.
I think these tracks are in East Harlem. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location.
Bro, do I know where East Harlem is, bro? Stop, bro. You should have put a GPS. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is pretty far north of ESU.
Do I give anything? No, I don't care.
Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks.
Just go to the tallest building.
I think these tracks are in East Harlem.
Just go to. You're just gonna go over there. That looks. We're just gonna go to the building that looks like the Empire State Building. And that might be the Empire State Building. I don't know.
Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. L trains could mean Harlem.
Sorry that right now if it's boring, but the thing is I really gotta
I see elevated train
where it
tracks.
is.
Those are northeast of ESU. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. I think this is pretty far north of ESU.
Do I give anything? No.
If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. L
So I
trains
look for
could mean
that
Harlem.
construction site.
I think these tracks are in East Harlem. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU.
Whenever I look that way, there's always elevated train tracks, so I'll just go that way. But I still can't find that orange building that I'm talking about. I can't believe a train station is this hard just for one man. That doesn't have any transportation, but he has spider powers. Is it that hard? Wasn't I here for one of the missions? I was here for one of the missions. Oh, well, this is the Avengers Tower.
L trains could mean Harlem. I think this is pretty far north of ESU.
Do I care?
If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU. I'm on the right track. Literally. I should be able to follow these to where the photo was taken.
I am on the right track?
Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. L trains could mean Harlem. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I see elevated train tracks. Those. I think this is pretty far north of ESU.
You know what, bro? I think I should just stop, bro. This is just annoying.
If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, L trains could mean Harlem. I see elevated train tracks. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, L trains could mean Harlem. I see elevated train tracks. I think these tracks are in East Harlem.
Help! Hey, Stevie, check it out. Over here. How's it going?
I think these tracks are in East Harlem.
I got it. I got a picture.
I see elevated train tracks. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. Sorry about that. I think this is pretty far north of ESU.
Spidey! Oh, check this. Hey! Jeez, wow!
It's him! Get a picture! Hey!
You okay? L trains could mean Harlem. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I think this is pretty far north of ESU. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. L trains could mean Harlem.
So you're saying a kid could fit in there?
If
Why
I
you're
find the
messed
East
up?
Harlem elevated. I see elevated train tracks. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the
I
tracks.
can't even fit in here.
I see elevated train tracks. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. L trains could mean Harlem. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow. L trains could mean Harlem. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU.
Finally, I found it. This place. This is the
If I
place I'm
find the
talking
East Harlem
about.
elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location.
But not fully, though.
L
But there was
trains could
also
mean
another
Harlem.
one where like it was all orange and like stuff. Something similar to this, but like a different version.
I think these tracks are in East Harlem.
Yeah, I'll just delete this stream later on, like after.
Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks.
Cause I'm already like late. So yeah, guys, bye. I gotta leave. Oh my god.